our friend. Thank you. My man Big Illinois just said Joe Biden is going to be a one-term president, and we should make sure he is. We should make sure he is, because he's not our friend. We have no friends in D.C. unless you count these new people who just been put in by us because we're gonna hold them to their word. Those are potentially. Those are our allies. They're not our friends. Correction. We have no friends. As I was stating, we have no friends. Not in politics. A politician is an employee that is forced to bend to your will because you put them there. But if you think Joe Biden making statements like America is back, what's different, Joe? People still can't pay their rent. You still got this damn pandemic running wild like a child in a walker. You still got people out in these streets. You still got people starving. Ain't nothing changed, blood. But it has for you, because you got the job that you failed at getting three previous times. The homie just said, no offense, but we have to get rid of the government. Get rid of the government and all the old white dudes. That's exactly correct. And these sucker ass brothers and sisters too. Don't forget them, brother. I don't know if you want your name out there. I'm gonna respect your anonymity. But yeah. I found out there's a town called Murdoch in Minnesota where they approved a permit for a white-only church. Not surprised, sounds crazy, but I'd rather know where they are and know where these bigots stand. I'm totally with that brother right there, RC. And you know what? Big Illinois too, man. I know you ain't scared. You ain't scared how your name out there, brother. But these are the things that we need to be paying attention to. These are the things that we need to be paying attention to, brothers and sisters, because it's not going to change. It's not. You have to be on alert. The number one issue, in my opinion, in regards to race relations in the United States of America is not white people. It's black people assuming that your friends and family members who are of European descent represent their friends and family members. See, just because you got a cool white homie, and it's a cool white man, or you got a cool white coach or neighbor, don't mean everybody think like them. See, we got to stop doing that, because all black people ain't cool. All black people ain't cool. So damn sure no. See, look, here we go. If you want to fight me on that, go ahead. Yeah, I don't care. Fight me. That's your choice. You can disagree. But if it was as many white folks that's good as you assume, why has it taken 157 years to not get equality? Let's just keep it funky, man. We're talking about 244-year-old country, and 157 of those years you were quote unquote set free. And here we are 157 years later, and nothing has changed. 157 years ago, they created the Democratic Party. This was the party of the white nationalists. They was the white nationalist party at the time. Republican Party was the fake, was the dudes who was fake like they are allies. That's why you got a lot of people like Condoleezza Rice and others that are Republicans, because they know their history, not because they suckers and sellouts. But Democratic Party had the government fund what we know is the Ku Klux Klan now. Here we are. You got the white nationalist party. At this point, there's the Republican Party. The other group, white nationalists, they soft white nationalists. Shout out to Dr. Greg Carr, got that from him. They soft white nationalists now. But they are signing up, and they are letting these groups pop up all over the place. Another example is this. Why in the hell is it so difficult to sign an anti-lynching bill? So y'all cool with lynching? Y'all cool with lynching? See, these are the things, these are the identifiers of who's racist and who's not, who's down for the cause, who's not, who's want to help you and who don't. Because lynching, by and large, affected two groups in this country. The first group is the First Nation that was here. The First Nation people. Because they not Indians and they not Native Americans, because this shit was called something before they got here. So we don't call them First Nation. And then the brothers and the sisters. Those are the only two groups of people who've been affected by lynching. And that's why white people are not going to sign. That's why they're dragging their feet on this anti-lynching bill. Don't tell me you're not racist if you are not pushing to get that bill signed. If you are not doing everything you can to stop people from getting lynched in the country, and you are supposed to be the figureheads that make everything go right, you are a bigot. There's no other way around it. We're not going to soft shoe this. Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But they want you to believe, we'll pull them up by your bootstrap. Y'all stole my damn boots. You stole my boots. You broke my damn arms and stole my boots. So even if I still have my boots, you done broke my damn arms. I can't pull the straps up. Pull them up out of my straps. Or if you stole my boots, I'm just out here barefoot. So that's what these dudes run around here saying. And again, speaking of these politicians and speaking of what the homie Big Illinois said, these old white dudes, don't get fooled, because I am going to make a prediction that is going to it's going to come true in 3.5 years. Mitt Romney is a slicker, better looking, more articulate, more acceptable Donald Trump. Because look, if you can have a dude who's rude, who's cruel, who's disrespectful, has no regard for the status quo and how you're supposed to fake it till you make it, what happens when you get a guy who knows the game and knows how to play the game? Guess what happens? The banana is slowly slipped into the tailpipe. I'm just saying. When you get somebody who knows how to play the game, then he can run the white nationalists get down and slip it right past you. Another lady, it's that lady Nikki Haley. She's an Indian woman. Said she's never been faced with discrimination, and then said we had to. Then I got discriminated against because I was Indian. See, but people don't pay attention to that because people listen to respond. People major in the minors. They listen and hope that you will make a slip up, and they go, aha, see, told you. But you ain't even hear this lady stand in front of the entire United States of America at the Republican National Convention and say, I've never been discriminated against in America. My parents came over here facing discrimination. You see what I'm saying? But don't nobody, and that's why you know CNN ain't your friend. We gonna get a sister Rashida Jones who's slacking MSNBC. I'm gonna hold judgment, but ABC, CBS, and the rest of those dudes, nope. Because if you were really about reporting the news, you're really about disseminating information that will benefit the population, if you're really about doing your job, she was supposed to be destroyed. See, we've gotten to the point where lying ain't that bad. Another thing, we got to start speaking the same language. Y'all think we speak English, and we all speak English, but we don't all speak the same language. You think your friends speak the same language as you, and most of them don't. So listen to this doctor earlier this week, and she made me understand why potentially I have so many issues with people. Because she did a study, and it was a small study, and it may not even be applicable to the conversation, but it made me realize something, and hopefully it'll do something for you as well. According to this lady, we are in a world where people don't speak the same language, and that's why we have so many problems. And what she meant by that is this. She gave these examples. She said, when you say always, what's the percentage of always? And in her little situation, the people answered always is 60%. How can always be 60%? That don't make any sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. Always is 60%. How could that possibly be? Always is 100%. She asked another question. What's more than likely? They said 50-50. If you think it's a 50% chance when somebody says more than likely, you speaking a different language than me, because when somebody says more than likely, I'm thinking 80%. More than likely. More times than it won't happen, it will. When you say always, I think 100%. Call me crazy, damn it. But when you living in a world that thinks that way, this contributes to the confusion between people that's going on today. Because if you're thinking more than likely, and it's still a chance for you not to make it, then damn it, it's over. It's honest. It is honest to God over. If you think more than likely is only 50% of the chance. Because that makes no sense. But that shows that we're speaking two different languages. If you're speaking two different languages, then that's one of the problems that we have. Another problem is, look, man, nobody should be allowed to be disrespected. You shouldn't disregard anybody's feelings. You shouldn't overlook anybody. You shouldn't do any of that stuff. But I was talking to a real good friend this week. Been my friend since 1985. Real good person. And we were talking about this situation in which this woman takes money out of her own pocket, goes to the homeless folks in Los Angeles. She handing out food. She's handing out soap. She's handing out shampoo. She's handing out clothing. And there was a transgender person, looked like a woman, identified as a man. And she said, "Have a good day, Queen." And this person responded, "I'm a man," and got an attitude. Nobody should be disrespected. But at some point, can we just have some damn understanding? You look like a woman. I don't know what's going on in your head, and I'm here to help you. I understand there's people that out here that make fun of these people, the transgender community. It's people that attack the transgender community and bring harm. But I'm not handing you food and supplies and insulting you more times than not. We've gotten to the point where people cannot make a mistake. You should have just said this. Or I could have just stayed my ass home and not giving you anything, and then you could potentially still be suffering. Me and my homie, me and Ray Ray's sister, real good person. She understood I didn't, but I just think at some point we need to have some understanding of what's going on. I don't know what's going on in your head. I'm going by what you look like. I'm going to address you how you look. If I make a mistake, you say, "Hey, I'm not that." And then you move forward. Perfect example is when you watch NBC Sports, you see a man by the name of Mike Tirico. He looks like a black man. Mike Tirico says he's 100% Italian. Mike Tirico will damn near fight you if you call him a black man. He says he's from, I can't forget the city in New York. I'll look it up as we talk. But Mike Tirico says he's not a black man. If he wasn't famous, you would think Mike Tirico, when you saw him, was a black man. But he says he's not. All I can do is respect him. He's from Whitestone, New York. He must have had a hell of a time growing up because he looks like a black man. But he says he's not. He says he's 100% full-blood Italian, and he doesn't look that way but all I can do is take his word at it.